afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, another riveting Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda Hero Psych, Defender of the Fatherland, Field Marshal of all that matters. Off here to 2 vs 2 on the recently re-added Eindhoven Country. It was sort of previously here and there, but was initially not a good map. Now it's apparently just been rather overhauled to a large degree and is now back, featuring now a slightly open, more castle set of ruins, which was just kinda hell before that. So, Eindhoven Country in the south, we got the German army here forming up to form a defensive barrier against the Allied advance under the command of Valkyrie and Stone Coala, fighting for the Americans. Freedom, democracy, the 1st Armored Division, forming a spearhead of democracy and freedom with which to shatter the German yoke of tyranny and Nazism. Nah, that failed. Anyways, the Germans here with Butcher and Dietrich, forming up here a small elite Kampfgruppe, or possibly not that elite Kampfgruppe anyways, for the German army, forming up here the 21st Panzer Division with Mechanized, Lightning Wall and Jägerarme, fortifications, breakthrough and special operations versus Valkyrie straight with Airborne and Stone Coala with infantry, airborne and heavy cavalry. Lots of bulletins there, lots of artillery and some infantry machine gun there for Butcher, or for Butcher. Dietrich's jump on is on moving, and that's kind of where it sort of went wrong. I was looking at Dietrich's units and then talking about Butcher. That's sort of, my brain slightly misfire there. Sturmpioneer there, we've got basically Valkyrie and Stone Coala working together here, and Dietrich so far is doing quite well, I suppose, buying up. In this case, the Valkyrie chatting straight at it. That's kind of working out here to a small degree for Dietrich, as the Sturm has, of course, got a lot of good hits in, though he is being focused down. They need to retreat soon. One route squad pushed away, but ultimately there's so many rifles here, he can't maintain the position much longer. The foot's going to turn getting some good hits in there for the fatherland, but it's not going to be enough there. We got Butcher with the sniper on the way there. Lots of footers there. We got rifle and more rifle there for the Americans. Stone Coala there, slightly delayed with his 3rd rifle. Could of course be planning a mortar or something else. Footers doing what they can here. Some more rifle just pouring in. My God, you can see everywhere. Everywhere! How can there be so many Americans? Sniper there opening up. 1 kill so far as poor Bob stumbles over dead. MD42 covering up, preventing a straight rush at the sniper. Nicely done there by Butcher. Up north here, Pioneers way up to grab behind. We've got relations over the victory point. Stone Coala flowing better manpower in the early game. Is he planning on stalling for something? There we go. We got the 3rd rifle squad. Looks like Stone Coala wakes up from his whatever induced stupor and gets back to work. No further actions here in the base. And we got Valkyrie with a Pathfinder unit out there. Very rapid choice there. Not something we see very often, but an interesting move nonetheless. Pathfinder sort of units meant to drop in ahead of the initial wave of paratroopers on your scope out. Good position for them to drop into. Fun fact. Oh wait, Pathfinders then moving out. You rarely see them from the Americans, but they can be pretty useful in conjunction with other units, since the ability to just pick off German units here. They can be quite effective actually with the right force composition. But there you go, Gunners finding here in the ruins as we got the Americans trying to clear into them. We got the Info 2 slamming in to back up here, and the Pioneers could feel to flank up behind them, taking advantage of the Americans' focus here to make up close with MP40s. Sniper Mitchell also joining in there for some fun. Crates explode, and poor Johnny there gets his face blasted off. Mortar on the way there for Stone Coala. Valkyrie, of course, will be focusing on other elements, flanking for some of the Pioneers. Very good work there for Butcher. Has Valkyrie just suffered a wipe already? Hang on. Bit tricky here. Nope. Just he only went for 2 rifle squads. I actually thought he'd gone for the 3rd one, at least that's how my mind went about it. Foot in the centre, we got a big push here from Valkyrie. 2 rifle squads moving in here. And meanwhile, Stone Coala is finding most of his forces routed disastrously here by the Germans. In the southwest here, Dietrich's jump was moving about in the centre. Forces being overwhelmed. We got incendiary grenades off. And of course, he's got a truck out. We'll have to see if it's going to be mechanized or it's going to be the Kampfgruppe Hauptquartier here, but we'll sort of go over the meta. Mechanized regular, of course, is very likely. Machine they're moving in to try and stall up this, but it's already getting outmaneuvered here. Sniper sort of trying to cover the flank here, but that's not enough. And there we go, other folks now falling up behind the rifle there. Punishing Valkyrie for extending, possibly. And we got a second in for so double machine guns, 1 grenadier and 1 sniper here for Butcher. Definitely a slightly more unique force composition, I would say. Definitely very short in infantry, and that could backfire on him if he's not careful here. So that's only something he needs to be mindful of. And we got the Belgrove headquarters out here for Dietrich, the Kampfgruppe Hauptquartier. Take down there for Butcher. Like to make a nice company. Some Panther Grenadiers could be a really solid choice there for him. Ford ambulance here by Valkyrie, providing further forward first aid. Lieutenant out there for Valkyrie, Stone Coala with a captain. Nice division of tech. So probably Pack House will stood out there for Stone Coala, whereas Valkyrie will focus on heavy machine guns and anti-aircraft targets. Of course, thanks to the doctrine, he can always just pop in into a tank gun. Hell, he could theoretically drop into a 50 caliber machine gun for Stone Coala to use if he wants to. So there's some options there in terms of teamwork and just overall force cohesion there. Hopefully we're going for some paratroopers because they do kick some serious ass if well utilised. 50 caliber on the way there for Valkyrie. Bit of skirmishing on the right side, he's trying to push up with his now there. So far, Valkyrie and Stone Coala folks are still working together here. Oh, well, with his allies, and there you go. Pathfinder's charging the Sturm Pioneers, relying a lot in their marksman rifle, I think, to try and take. There you go. Sturm Pioneers quickly driving down to half side, but the Pathfinders just cannot match the raw firepower of the Sturm Pionier. On the other hand, all the other Americans backing up the Pathfinders can. 50 caliber there, done for Valkyrie. MD-34 on the way there for Dietrich. Butcher here with. Like to make a nice. No, he's building a lot of caches. He's built a munitions cache, now fuel cache. He's still super strong infantry. I feel like building that many caches early on is perhaps a bit risky. Note, by the way, that Butcher is a, I think, roughly top 60 Wehrmacht player. Last check your top 50. So hardly a novice, and Valkyrie and Stone Coala definitely also know are higher ranked players. Still, I feel like this is rather overly risky there by Butcher, a bit on the reckless side. I mean, double caches while still operating with only one Grenadier squad. It's probably to an extent helped a bit by the map and the allied tactics, where the machine guns do come a bit more into play, but it still feels a bit overly risky there by Butcher. But that's just me. Anyways, bit of movement in the south rather than they creeping about. Medics up there, and similarly it's going to probably serve the same role as the ambulance here, basically fought and healing and reinforcement point there for both sides. Note here that Valkyrie is slowly pushing the ambulance ahead. They feels like the front line gets further pushed ahead and secure. He just sort of slowly moves it up there. An interesting move there by Valkyrie. As mine's up, he away from Butcher to further make it harder there to rush. In this case, he makes it hard so the machine gun do get rushed head on. That's actually a really clever move in a sense. Also kind of mirrors actual tactics, actually, didn't just leave as minefields out just to be undefended, because that way they would just get cleared out. That's what the Russians, for example, found out doing Operation Barbarossa. They laid down these extensive fortification works, and the Germans cleared them out in many cases because the Russians weren't guarding them. Up here, big push of grenades off, but there you go, pushing through. 50 cal backing up there. Got pushed by the Allies, quickly out maneuvering here. The S-mine so far not quite working out because the Allies aren't pushing exactly. Machine gun far ahead. Complete chaos here on the front line, the Germans on the defence. We can sort of see here a bit the issue about not having enough infantry. It rather puts the onus there on Dietrich to do most of the fighting. His Butcher supporters on Nemo are getting overwhelmed and rushed away. So, as a rule of thumb, always have roughly a minimum of 3 infantry squads. 2 is sort of not a minimum you should be working for long, and I would say 1 is right out. But there you go, grenade for MD-42. In this case, heavy car protecting. Brown light machines are there for Valkyrie. 50 cal almost taken out here as Dietrich managed to strike back with his full Grenadiers. Captain though continuing here, stood instant enough, did not actually do much there. Guess he forgot about it. Not good there for Stone Coala. Great for the Germans though, otherwise that could have looked a lot more ugly if they stood at John in doing that fun. He's getting up close, they've got all doing heavy damage backed up by the riflemen. 90 tank runs for the Germans, and Butcher is finally going for some more Grenadiers. He's also rushed here with Paul McCall. Might have been part of that, but even then, 1 Grenadier is really risky. Really risky. Back here, troops reinforcing, healing, pack hearts on the way there, good choice. And nothing further here though for Valkyrie. Got the paratroopers currently east, having all got the fuel. Butcher is tentatively sending in troops there, wary of any Yankees that might suddenly appear behind, a wall and just gun down any Germans that might be so unfortunate to stand in front of them. But there you go, machine gun covering up, paratrooping it, and there you go, suppressed. In this case, Butcher saw through Valkyrie's movements reasonably well. Smoking off again. Commendable work there by Stone Coala of using smoke rings. Thumbs up there. A lot of players tend to be, not huge smoke users. It's great to see. Not trying to say a sign of skill of someone actually uses smoke sort of tactically. And tactically usually means there's a bit of foresight. It's not just, fully reactive, which is still, better than not using it at all. But usually when you sort of try and plan ahead with the smoke, you usually get great results if done correctly. And again, usually sort of indicates the a certain amount of skill as well. So I like to see it. I like to see it. Bars up there for Stone Coala as well. Another player besides Valkyrie has gone for a Doctrine. Line for the gun here, providing artillery support here. Butcher is not going for it, but at least he's brought up more Grenadiers, both upgraded here with light machine guns to increase the firepower, and he's rushing out Ostwind. Rarely seen, honestly, rarely seen, not necessarily bad, but personally I just rush out the Panzerforce. I feel like that one just performs better as the Infantry after the Ostwind was in air quotes buffed. But it can work, though usually at least that stage you cut the 1-2 out. So we'll see how it works out with the Butcher, but he's rushing out there. Of course, he must feel it's got, some worth to it. Of course, who knows? Could be the Butcher proved me wrong. That's always fun. Got like Kenman cribbing about there. Folks are being OM. Need to be careful. Got the Stu joining in the M5A1. Quick little Brandhand gun out of there, finding on the centre victory point. Good for more harassment these side. I think we're good there for the Allies. Drawing a bit more attention, possibly sort of flanking on the German forces, since they're very much focused around the centre of the Allies. Either lay down some larger smokes or just begin putting more pressure on the flanks. I think you could sort of put some very nasty and uncomfortable pressure on the Germans. Flak Panther is ready here, the Ostwind, as it was known. One of three sort of types of Flak Panther based off the Panzer IV. There's the Wirbelwind before it and the Möbelwagen. The Möbelwagen actually had both either the 30mm gun or the quad or the flak field and could work with either sort of those mounts. So it was a bit more particular, though it had to sort of lay down the sides of it, exposing the gun to the degree to fire ground targets. But there you go, Flak Panther moving up. Pressuring here and certainly highlighting a bit of a particular deficiency in the Allied force composition though. They actually don't have a lot of anti-tank weapons. I mean, they've been so focused on cracking the German nut in the centre and also just not playing around to the degree that they actually don't have any anti-tank weapons. No anti-tank guns, no bazookas, basically the Stuart to stop the Flak Panzer. So I'd definitely describe that as a bit of an oversight. On the other hand, Valkyrie is pretty close to be able to push out a Sherman there versus an opponent. That's going to be pretty good. He could also just go for the Jackson, but a fast Sherman I think would work quite well versus the Ostwind. Of course, puts some more pressure on the German infantry. And, of course, additionally provides smoke screens. So, a lot of support there. Valkyrie bringing up a really big force here. Rear echelons, riflemen, pathfinders, lieutenant. Paired with the hanging backhand as well as a nice beer. German, of course, none of that American stuff. Ostwind moving up against the rifleman. Blasting away a little Flak Panzer. There we go. Actually getting some good hits here on the rifleman. Tearing through them. With a deadly glee. Oh my god, Jürgen, look at those Americans screaming at the count. Yeah, it's funny, Friedrich. It would be even funnier if that couldn't also have been us. And if they caught us in a bad spot. But there you go, double pack out. There is some serious artillery, plus of course the mortar. I mean, Stone Coala definitely believes in stoning people with artillery. Rifleman being backed up with the Stuart there. Entertaining the weather for Stone Coala. Valkyrie going there for the Sherman. Fight here for the Western victory point. Entrenchment there cleared out of any Germans. Machine guns in sort of dug in around the fields there. And in the ruins, the Ostwind being repaired. Orbital done there for Dietrich. Very good. But nothing further is happening there. As for Stone Coala, entertaining almost done. But we are about soon 40 minutes into the game. And only one player is using a Doctrine. Bit of bunching up there, but definitely avoids the incendiary grenade. Of course, you need to be careful. Of course, got the pack cards threatening to just annihilate anything. Line for them, of course, trying to return the favour. In the east, Stuart Reasons moving up. They got bazooka teams. Of course, need to be careful not to stand in the minefield since they can be set off, killing the Reasons either way. Of course, he could use the Stuart to set off the S mines there, using its. Oh, no mind, he just retreats there. Sherman run for this and clearing out the S mine by good S mining by Butcher. I always like to point out when you actually someone makes good use of S mines because to an extent it is rare to see, but it is great when it's used correctly. And there you go, hypes around, really just decimates the full Grenadiers. That actually looks like he almost got a wipe there if he didn't. I think he did actually. Nasty work there. Certainly highlights how lethal the Sherman can be with a good roll of the dice. McKen there from the way there. Good hit in the orbital. That almost takes out another unit there. I would say Dietrich possibly even got a bit lucky, or just unlucky, depending how I want to look at it. Away those Sherman rolling ahead there. Flak Panzer there opening out. Pack 40 there turning back to the other, so we got a Shug on the way there for Butcher. Probably a decent choice considering the overall circumstances. Dietrich has taken up, and I imagine by the looks of it he's going to go for a Panther, which would be a good choice. Sturmgeschütz 3 Ausführung gear there, mobilized for Butcher and the 21st Panzer to be short. Osman here dealing with nearby infantry, 8 kills. Not doing too shabby there either, actually. Actually a bit impressed by his performance. Towards the charging forwards, rifleman captain there being repulsed here by the footsteps of the assault rifles singing out a German song as they all go. Bang bang die Yankee. So far the Germans are finding themselves still a bit on the defence, but victory points wise they do have the lead. On the other hand, as you might notice, the Allied artillery line is basically creeping ahead here and not further threatening the Germans here. The double pack howitzers could definitely spell trouble. Oh, vehicle crew, they're getting shot at. Crewing here with the lieutenant. Sturmgeschütz moving ahead. Veterans 1 on 1 pack howitzer. Other one closing in on it. Ooh, Sniper there still alive with 20 kills in Veteran 2, but he is close to dying. And the thing needs to come out there. Stu getting off a good hit in the Stu, but there you go. Return hit from the M1 rifleman in here for Stu, and is barely holding the edge of the fields, and there goes Stewart down. Stewart escapes here, was a bit close. Pack cards continue to blast away. The machine gun taking a hit here from one of the pack cards. Now both are Veterans 1, 7 kills in one of them. That's definitely quite explosive. Just basically went from just not even Veterans 1 to almost Veterans 2 in just a few hits. Machine gun there repulsed. Got some more action on the flanks there, field. Sherman's heading in there, good, just blasting those Obersoldaten. Artillery just raining away there still. Double cannons those prepared for this Sherman assault. And we got a smoke off from Butcher as well. Basically, I think in this case to cover up the massive wave of infantry, giving Dietrich in this case more time to reposition and retreat. Nice call in there by Butcher. Nice teamwork by Butcher, in fact. Osman hanging back here. Could try and rush in and help deal with some of the infantry. They've got Pioneers now being rushed forwards here. That's about it. Stuke does have the machine gun, which does add a bit of infantry fire as well. Basically, has the performance of a Grenadier Squad's LMG 42. So, for 30 munitions, that's actually not bad. Taking a pair from nice rifle grenade there. Stuke, they're almost down, but survives the day here. Flak Panther finally moving in, seemingly to prey on the retreating units. Might get some good hits and maybe a wipe. As long as, of course, it stands still, so it gets more accuracy. Remember, most armoured fighting vehicles, except I think for a bunch of the American ones, actually suffer a 50% decreased accuracy while firing on the move, so your armour becomes a lot more accurate if you stop moving it. There you go, Veterans 1, 9 kills on the Flak Panzer. Stone Coala and Dietrich still without Doctor, and Butcher's gone for Mechanized, believing in the power of not really a lot of mechanizations, and technically there's only really the Mechanized Grenadier group that could sort of arguably said to be mechanized. Jackson away the Valkyrie, good move. Stone Coala has also taken up yet to go for anything. Could be he might at some point be landing for the Persian B, but then he should go out for some armor now, and then, I don't know, build some more caches. Though we see Valkyrie's build one fuel cache. Thumbs up there to Valkyrie, good play. Hitting the Eastern fuel pun as well, very good play as well. So much artillery though. Those double pack charges, that molds it, definitely spells pain for the German army. The theoretically so does the Ostwind, though the Germans do have a slightly funnier way of spelling pain. MG-42 they're being pushed back. Got the Sherman there moving westwards here. Command tank out here for Butcher, the Befehls Panzerwagen. Adds of course some durability to his forces and I believe his teammates, but more importantly just gives him one to infantry, I guess. Moving eastwards here with the Sturmgeschütz. Allies are getting a lot of fuel at the moment, 39 versus the Germans 19. Fuel cache that's definitely paying off, I'd say, for Butcher and Dietrich by far. Rolling in there to deal with the armies. Oh, that's a telemine from Butcher. Looked like it was about to hit an American mine laid down, but then, you know, which American player lays down mines? Anyways, Pathfinders there might soon find themselves a stairway to heaven if they do not get out of there very fast, courtesy of the German army. Orbs on there, they're running straight into an angry horde of Americans. Paratroopers, they're seemingly not doing too much there. I do feel like you should have gone for submachine guns. They personally, I feel, perform much better. And a good executed tactical assault can really ruin any German player's day. But there you go. Dietrich has the Panther, the Panzerkampf Infantry, strikes straight at the centre, goes for the jugular there, and is quickly driven off there by an anti-tank gun. And he's still got the Jacks moving up back on the infantry there. Stu command there slowly back up. Got the Pioneers moving up here. Sweeping attack there by Valkyrie and Stone Coala. The first armoured Stu landing off these and hitting the Jackson, but on its own, it's not enough. There you go. Flak Panzer around to help draw off the infantry. Grenadiers moving up as well. Command there. Bazooka team repulsed and wiped. Excellent work there. Flak Panzer still with 11 kills. Got full there with the paratroopers. Got the Sherman backing up here. And go full screws repulsing the paratroopers. Jackson being forced back. Armoured push here by Butcher. Rolling forwards. Getting into the wipe. There goes second Jackson. We've got 2 Jackson out in the field here. Command tank and rest. Should be careful here. Anti-tank moving up. Might be here. The Butcher pushed off to find. There he goes. Motion called in. And nicely, I think, also position there to cover up here. Whew. Stu down. No. I definitely, feel that. No. Of the Stu cruiser blows up. Painful moment. Command tank down as well here. Butcher, I would say, extended here. Tried his best to get out. They got Punished Panther moving in. Sadly, had he moved out to back up, he might have done a bit better, but at least he didn't lose. The Panther that would have been, I think, that'd be catastrophic here for the Germans until the loss of a Sturmgeschütz and the Feldpanzerwagen, leaving poor Butcher just with his Flak Panzer. He's still a bit short in infantry, in my opinion. Admittedly, Valkyrie he isn't actually. He's got a decent amount, then certainly does Stone Coala and Dietrich. It's just Valkyrie who could do with this unit, or Butcher, could do with an extra Grenadier or Panther Grenadiers. Machine gun hard work in the centre there. Sniper closing on veteran T3. Back here we got enough going on. No Tier 4, no Sturmgeschütz. He's a bit short on fuel there. Mechanized regiment for Dietrich. Marked with the plan of a King Tiger, Königstiger Dream. As for Stone Coala, there seems a bit of lack of stuff there. We got the Jackson sort of hanging back, Sherman as well. Sturm Pioneer pushing back the Major. Closing in veteran 4, pretty good there, pretty good. Flak Panzer once mobilised there for Butcher. And another Pack 40 here for Butcher. On top of that, a howitzer. Rifle Lieutenant paratroopers, his troops standing about there as well. Back here, more reinforcement healing. Double Jackson has shown sending people from there. Got a second Pack 40 there for Butcher. Both of Stone Coala's pack house by veteran 2, and we got infantry for Stone Coala. Might even see a priest. But I would say 2 pack cards and more than a priest, I feel like is too much artillery. Which to some Americans will sound like sacrilege, but I'd say it's true. All white pack house they're firing away, 14 and 15 kills, but again both veteran 2. Opening out for heat rounds if it comes down to it. Perhaps the need to retreat now. Oh, nice grenade of the Fulton Grenadiers. Almost got a wipe there. And we got P-47s in there, flying at the Panther 4. Rockets landing. Doing quite a bit of damage to the Panther, taking down to almost half health. In these, pushing out once more for the eastern fuel point. Units being wiped out there. Dietrich is short another Fulton Grenadier squad. Flak Panther in the centre could... Oh! Something boomed off there. I do believe that is the enemy howitzer. Another strafe here from the P-47. The Flak Panzer trying to shoot them down. Almost 22 actually. And there you go, gains it. Moving into the with the advancing rifleman, turning into the Yankees. Like a scythe through wheat. Sending those Americans scurrying away like the rats they are. Stuttgart's first on the way for Dietrich. Butcher with no additional armor. His howitzer has been silenced. Aircraft shot down there by the Flak Panzer. And the Schwerpanzer quarters there as well. Heavy anti-aircraft fire there. Stopping the United States Air Force. Well, it's a brief moment. And only the briefest of moments. Anti-tankers have been rolled up. The infinite push here. Straight for the centre. Valkyrie and Stone Coala doesn't care anymore. We got looks like a bombing smoke screen here and there. Smoke screen there. So slightly slow down the blob. preventing from using its fire at max range and forcing it further into German lines to find particular machine guns. Good move there, I would say, by Butch. He's actually really sort of making great use of the smoke bombs in this way to just, you know, force the blobs a bit further ahead there into, you know, slightly more beneficial positions there, I think, for Butcher. And also gives machine guns just more time to surprise. I like that, I like that. Also gives some other troops time to get out of there if they have to. Nice flank here though for Stone Coala, getting up on the side. No grenades, which would have been much more impactful, but there you go. Close to the machine gun. We got another P-47 strike in from Valkyrie. More death from above here. The German defensive lines are battling under the severe pressure here. Rockets unleash their flak Panther doing when it can. Imagine the Schwer Punch Corps joining in the front as well. He should be. Stukas of first Panther falling back here. The Germans are pushed further and further back here. Victory points was certainly low on it. Flak Panther back at the base here. P-47 getting ready for another strafing run here. Going for the Panther. Heavy flak fire, there we go. Taking down both aircraft by the look of it. Osman is actually very close to actually free, and ace flak punch is certainly not something we see every day, particularly not in, lately. And another aircraft there taken out. More artillery fire, though in this case we are seeing white phosphor there being deployed by the pack howitzers. Very sneaky work there. Or was it just regular artillery fire? It just looks like white phosphorus. Priest out, by the way, here for Stone Coala. He's lost the mortar, but he's replaced it with a priest. More pressure on the Germans, more death. The German army has definitely seen better days. Butch in particular seems to be being butchered a bit. He needs more armor. It looks like he's planning here for maybe Panthers as well. That would not be a bad choice. Far East, the unit wiped out. Machine gun actor exposed here, and ambush for Valkyrie's paratroopers made short work of those goddamn machine gun Nazis. Sniper closing the T3, still managed to keep that one alive at least. That's good there for Butcher. Dietrich, by the way, still without a doctrine. Still without a doctrine. Also moving forward here, back here we got the Sherman hit there for Valkyrie. Pack cartridges continue to unleash absolute hell on the German lines. Could be more pressure on the right flank. There you go, bombarding the battlefield headquarters. Panther with 4 kills. Bouncing a shot there from the Jackson. We've got double ones out here. Stukas barrage here. There you go, trying to take out more American artillery. One pack archer actually got wiped. That's pretty good there for the Germans. Slows down some of their veterans here. Heavy Panzer Corps going up over here. It's going to be the Sturm Panzer. It's going to be the Panther here for Butcher. Flak Panzer good to go once more here for Deutschland. And there you go. Sniper hitting veteran free for Deutschland. Flak Panzer never running about. Packard's about to get destroyed. Denied to the Yankees. The armies. Donald Kevin's blasting away. And there you go. Jackson down to half health. Sniper moving up. Veteran still free, actually. Has not moved anything. Since it's obviously not part of the upper promotion. And he does go for the Sturm Panzer. Probably see a Panther here instead. I mean, he's got the Flak Panzer, and that's not exactly going to stop the Allied tanks on his own. And now there's the Sturm Panzer. But there you go. Captain Troop trying to sneak up behind the almost threatening the free Flak Panzer. Going over the fuel cache, not a bad move there by Stone Coala. They probably should have gone straight for the fuel point instead. Flak Panther rolling pack. We got. Oh, it's not much else going on there. Victory points being hit. Does seem like the Allies have not been very good at hitting the other victory points. In fact, they've been very much focused on the central one, which actually like the Germans over the rest of the points and bleed out the Allies pretty well there. Good work by them. That's good by the Allies, despite obviously other many good moves. Flak Panzer super close to Retinue 3. So close to the A's level, which actually makes it reasonable. Pretty good. Stukas of us unleashes hell again. Veteran 2, 15 kills. 24 kills, halfway to victory. That was one hell of a strike there. Second pack cards are wiped out. Stone Coala is taking a beating. He's not going to forget anytime soon. Sherman there, slowly approaching Victory 3, so the Panthers reaching Victory 2 almost. Sturm Panzer setting up, Flak Panzer there, could do with some repairs. Do any repair pioneers up here? That's actually something Dietrich should be doing, though. I think he's setting up now everything for the King Tiger. They really should be choosing a doctrine. Battle Group headquarters almost down. Got the Grenadiers on the eastern victory point, machine gun held by paratroopers. Reinforcement Jack can repair. Apparently one ambulance has been taken down, and there you go, fighting here for the western victory point. Eastern one has been lost, they need to counterattack there soon. Oh dear, showing the corner bad spot, getting panther fasted and a Keddenraft. An awkward spot, but he does get the full Grenadier squad. Bit of a loss there, bit of a loss. Lieutenant might be able to force away like Keddenraft is there. He's even got grenades in there, goes successful. So we got the Panther moving in, and right here, Valkyrie has to extend it. There's no safe retreat path here for the Sherman when the Panther moves in to finish off that Yankee Paper Panzer. Nice strike there by Dietrich. We got the Jackson the Hot Pursuit going to take opening as well there. Panther quickly suffering some heavier damage there. He's got the fuel, he just needs the manpower here for the Königstiger. Battle Group headquarters almost down, Flak Panzer's almost good to go. Pack 40 here trying to take out all the support. There you go, Pack Howard's recruit here by Valkyrie. Not entirely sure what Stone Coala's planning out, but he could definitely go for some more armor now, or maybe or something like that. He definitely needs to begin spending some of those resources. Now the Stukas was bashed. We actually got a Vetsny 3 Stukas of us. Holy smokes. Great work with that one. Priest there, 20 kills flying away there, trying to silence as many crowds as possible. Battle Group headquarters has fallen, and he's quick to replace it. Flak Panzer dealing with the wrapping up in the east. Note the high rate of fire gained by Vetsny 3, which definitely makes the Ostwind just a tad more lethal. There you go, forced retreat for the S-Man field as well. Right from there, almost taken out here. Lieutenant here defending the west point on his own. The rest of his platoon is gone. Panther begin to deal with that. Sturm Panzer bombarding the Yankees as they try to push through here through the centre. Unit wiped out there for Dietrich. And the gun crew silenced. Got the orbital down with the head on assault that's unthwarted here by Valkyrie's MG-42. Panther pushing back the lieutenant. Jackson falling back. And we got another Jackson away there for Stone Coala.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
Ooh, nice hit there from the pack house, almost took them out. More rocket artillery. Another badge from the Stukas at first, and there we go. Dietrich is actually one of those few players who seemingly just knows how to use the Stukas at first. I mean, he's getting a lot of killing, a lot of damage done with it, which is honestly more than most players will ever achieve with the Stukas at first. So I'm really impressed there by Dietrich's performance with it. I'm really impressed with it. Troop shielding reinforcing. Jackson moving in, we got another P-47 rocket striker on the way for Valkyrie. Not sure if this is the best choice. There's not actually a lot of armor there. He actually hasn't confirmed if there's any there, but still going for it. I guess there's the Sturm Panzer there to be blasted with it. Dietrich seemingly still stalling for the King Tiger somewhat. Jackson going for an aggressive flank round from the Pack 4, but still should be able to get the Sturm Panzer here. And there you go, Sturm Panzer kaputly got bombing strikes called in, artillery strikes called in this well, and still got the P-47 round here. Flak Panzer doing when it can there for the German army as well here, 22 kills. Pack crew down. Could see the second battle group headquarters almost be taken out as fast as he got set up there. That'd be really awkward there for Dietrich, which still hasn't taken a doctrine. Panther in trouble with the Jackson, but the Jackson is quickly rebuffed here, and we got some aggressive movement here on the right hand side with a single unit there from Butcher outplaying the Allies, very good. And he is coming to Stubbs this time around. The venerable Sturmgeschütz. Flak Panzer takes out a Jackson tank destroyer. Nicely done there by Butcher and his Ostwind. Obviously it was already heavily damaged before that. And Butcher rushed in there to steal a mortar under the Allies' nose. Cheeky Butcher there, very cheeky Butcher. Sturmgeschütz halfway done, and he's almost got the Raffen in retreat as well. Very good, very good. Cancels the Stug. Now the Stug has bounced off here this time. Not quite as impressive there from Dietrich. Another paratroop squad there for Valkyrie. Dropping in the far eastern victory point. Not bad at all, as long as they don't hit the trees. And looks like they all survive. Lucky him. Close 22 there on the priest. Bad group head was almost done. There you go. Butcher goes to the Panther. The Panzerkampfwagen 5. And Dietrich is just replacing all of his he lost first candidates with Obersoldaten. He's got 3 squads of them, which is definitely bad news for any allied infantry that isn't ready. Flak Panzer going at it here. Definitely has to be one of the best performing Flak Panzers I've seen in quite some time. Blitzing already got the Jackson here going for it. Down to half health. Panther backing up. Veteran 2, in fact, half 8 to Veteran 3. Pretty good work there. We got smoke bombs calling to cover up the Flak Panzer. Got also theoretical retreat there from the Panther. Trying to take out the Jackson. There's going to be another Jackson waiting there. He just holds back under cover of the smoke. Orbs on there pouring in. Routing the Americans. With still sure conviction in fatherland and Endsieg. Gunning down right from the major there, pushing away successfully, and there you go. Panther round there for Butcher, giving the Germans a total of 2 Panthers on the battlefield now. Back coming up there with his Jackson right to the Kettle, as we clearly weren't expecting to be there. It looks like the Allies are now the ones to defend against the German army. Far west. Oh, Sturmpani's got a wipe there. Looks like some riflemen bit the dust, and maybe even the lieutenant went down into the veteran 5 Sturmpanis, which are quite lethal. Once they hit the high levels of veteran, they actually get some really powerful action bonuses. And there you go. Butcher's Panther going in there. Misses the priest in the first hit, sadly. And it's going to take 2 hits to take it down, so can't finish it off there still. Nice little rate there, certainly makes it possible the Allies a bit more, well, actually less secure about themselves and the situation. More Stukas fire here. Actually got veteran 428 kills. That's pretty impressive, though I doubt we'll be seeing the incendiary rockets, so they are kind of fun. At least there's the paratroops up close. No, I do got grenades, but no upgrades like Thompson's would be great for Valkyrie. Looks like the Americans are back to actually trying more flanking. The problem I think was at times here they just been rather head-on attacks. And Sand also seems like whatever smoke Stonecutter did use at some point rather just dropped off, which is unfortunate. Compared to, let's say, Butcher's been more consistent, though his has in some ways been less tactical, but still pretty solid. Flak Panzer moving in there, trying to crush any Yankees it sees. And of course shoots the rest. Riflemen there being torn piece by piece. Panthers and other things that just unleashing hell. Lots of artillery fire here, trying to take out that Battle Group headquarters and the Mechanized regiment, but they are both still standing. Dietrich there's took up ton of fuel, and there you go. He finally goes for docking his Spec Ops. Might be planning a command Panther instead of the King Tiger. Wouldn't be a bad choice either, but he could have had that out much sooner. Old sites, by the way, as you know, are floating a lot of fuel. The problem in this case is not fuel, the issue is manpower. They're just beating each other out so aggressively they can't actually afford to go for any more armor than what they got. 27 kills Flak Panzer going for the rifleman. If it could have then actually hit. And again, 8 is a lot less accurate on the move than it is when it's standing still, and that can really play a large part in things. Sniper Boy is still alive. I thought he'd be dead, but now 48 kills. Good work there by Butcher, good work. Panther then Pack pursuing him to Jackson. Getting off some slight hits, but nothing critical. Stone Card going to hit the flank. Victory points wise, they're down to 104 versus the Germans 260. Jackson moving in, trooping suppressed here. Misses a point blank. That is definitely a bit embarrassing. We've got Tilly called in here on the gem positions. Full retreat there from Butcher. Well, almost full retreat in response to that. 100 points left. Fighting for the western points here. Grenades off from Valkyrie. Double orbital done, and they easily dodge it. Nice work there by Dietrich. He's lost an orbital done squad, but of course he can replace it. Then again, if he's planning the King Tiger Command Panther now, obviously makes sense not to immediately call them in. Nice use of smoke there once more. Finally using again for that matter. And we got here using the Scott there for Stone Coala. Good work, good work. More artillery strikes here. Units being up. Holy smokes! He's actually got a virtually 5 Stukas of Fuss. He's got an ace Stukas of Fuss. My god, you do not see that very often either. Jackson there was the Panther. Oh dear, damage ended in the Panther less than half health. 99 versus 228 victory points here. Sturm Pioneers versus 5. Taking apart those reactions there with assault rather than the experience. Smoke screen down in the Jackson neutralized, that giving the Panther more time. King Tiger out here for Dietrich. Gonna unleash hell on those allies. Major being murdered here. Tilly firing down. Major dead. Jackson going here for the Panther again. Ostman firing at it. 29 kills. And the Ostman takes out the Jackson as the Jackson takes out the Panther. Nice work there by the Flak Panzer. Panther sending out, and we got the King Tiger there on the move here for Dietrich. Panther blitzing ahead here. A bold move there by Dietrich. Possibly sending him up, able to finish it off here. And there you go. Valkyrie gives up, leaving Stone Coala to hang about here. At least for a bit. And there goes Stone Coala surrenders. Loss here for the 1st Armored Division, repulsed by the 21st Panzer Division, shown here in Eindhoven Country. A brutal battle with lots of artillery, lots of armor, and lots of death, and lots of Flak Panzer for once. At least one Flak Panzer with a lot of experience. And of course, one hell of an effective Stukas of Fuss. I mean, good God, virtually 5 and 39 kills. That is damn impressive work there. So there you go. I mean, I think to an extent what undercut the Alps, just the heavy focus in the centre. They weren't much flanking, and overall they only used smoke to really grab the point. They rarely used to further advance their attacks. I think they could have done that. They could have done better, any of those two that is. And otherwise, I think they just suffered needless losses when making these head-on assaults. So I think there's some room for improvement there. The Germans could also think exerted more pressure on the flank, and Butcher, I feel like still could have gone for a bit more infantry. But in the end, I'd say a pretty interesting and exciting fight here on a recently added map again. So if you enjoyed this, if you did, subscribe, like, share, comment, all of that jazz. Of course, remember also press the little bell next to it so you know actually get the updates just to make sure. Remember, press the bells. And otherwise, if you like, we do can donate via PayPal or pledge on Patreon. And links in the video description. So if you like, we do consider this Imperial LinkedIn saying cheers and thank you for watching. You're all a wonderful audience. Bye.